So I went on a hike the other day, and when we got up there on the mountain, we had these kind of views. It was absolutely stunning. I mean, how amazing is Hong Kong? Isn't it beautiful? But what I have noticed was that for almost the entire way up, all I could look at was just the road. Like I kept looking down, trying not to stumble over, some of these little bumps in the road. I was just currently looking down. And then when we finally came to the top, I realized I missed out on so much beauty, not just the moment I reached the top. Of course, I mean, that's glorious. Isn't that view amazing? But what I noticed, what was even more eye-opening on the way down, the whole surroundings, the lush green hills surrounding us, the beauty was always there. I just didn't notice because I was so stuck just looking at the road constantly. And what that has to do with podcasting is something that I was asked by young podcasting students today when I gave a talk at a international school here in Hong Kong. And the kids really wanted to know. I thought that was so eye-opening as well, of course. How do you grow your audience? How do you make it to the top, right? How do you make sure to grow your podcast so that everyone in the world can know about your amazing podcast? And it is exactly that what I answered, that hike that taught me that. It's all about the perspective. When you're starting out with your podcast, of course, you have 0 listeners. You start from scratch. Like everyone else, no one's listening to your podcast yet. But if you keep looking down, just focusing on, I want to make it to the top. I want to make it to, get a bigger and bigger and bigger audience. You're missing the whole experience and the beauty of it when you're starting to have your first listeners, your first handful of listeners, then a few more, then a few more, and a few more. That's the beauty about if we change the perspective on how we look at our audience growth. Of course, we want to make it up there to the top, whatever that goal that you have for your podcast audience. Of course, I cheer you on. I want you to make it. But, let's put things in perspective. And isn't it amazing the journey that we are on and the people that we are taking along on that journey with us? And no matter how many people those are in this very moment, it means something because people are listening and they care about what we do at our podcast. And that's what I, answer to those students as well. How do you grow your audience? One day at a time, up this steep hill, you go. But try to enjoy the ride and enjoy the beauty that is surrounding you already as you're trying to, climb up there on the top. That's my podcasting tip for you here today. And I hope it helps.